Hello and welcome. My name is Ben from SwitchRPG.com, and today I'm going to be wrapping up my final thoughts on the SwitchRPG Final Fantasy VII Challenge. And I'm going to be rolling some footage in the background, and although it doesn't give away the ending, it does show the final bosses. You have been warned. A bit of backstory before we get into the challenge thoughts. The moment last year when Square Enix announced that they were bringing all sorts of Final Fantasy games to the Switch, I was ecstatic. Final Fantasy X-2 and 12 in particular are ones that I have yet to beat to this day, so the idea of being able to bring these on the go is just plain awesome. And man, my jam back in the late 90s was Final Fantasy VII. And while I've beaten it more times than I can remember, I was still really pumped for it to come to Switch. Final Fantasy VII released back when I was just starting middle school, and I distinctly remember bringing the official guidebook to school and discussing strategies with friends. Yeah, I was that kind of nerd. Fast forward to now, in preparation for the Switch version, I devised a site-specific challenge in hopes of stirring up some discussion in our community, as well as providing a more difficult run for myself. I have long been a fan of Final Fantasy VII challenge runs, but have never dabbled in them personally until this one. 48 Productions on YouTube is probably one of the most prolific challenge runners out there, and I'd highly recommend checking out his content for some truly insane accomplishments. That said, and despite my history with the game, I was very intimidated by some of the runs that 48 Productions has done. It certainly helps that he knows the ins and outs of the game, but all that I really have in comparison are cherished childhood memories of my own playthroughs. And honestly, I haven't beaten Final Fantasy VII in ages, so I figured a milder challenge was appropriate. Now, we're exactly a week into the launch of Final Fantasy VII on Switch, and I just rolled the credits on the SwitchRPG Final Fantasy VII Challenge. Did I take on Emerald Weapon and Ruby Weapon? No, but you'll understand why momentarily. My general thoughts about the SwitchRPG Challenge are, it's actually far more doable than I imagined it would be. By banning the usage of items and severely limiting the materia you could use was not near as hindering as I originally anticipated. In fact, I only died 4 times total, with one of those being a game over screen due to me trying to morph a Tonberry into a ribbon, which I ended up not needing anyways. I didn't go out of my way to grab all the best equipment and materia available to me, and I flew completely blind, minus my own memory bank, for the vast majority of the playthrough. I must say that I was a bit disappointed by the final showdown, as I expected a far more difficult encounter. However, I did not take the time to face the far more challenging Emerald and Ruby Weapon, but here's why that is likely to remain the case. Ease of difficulty aside, Final Fantasy VII is one of my most favorite games of all time, and being able to bring it literally anywhere I go means I'll probably continue to play it until the Switch is deprecated. Because of that, I want to do another challenge run. I have some great ideas bouncing around in my head, and I want to put together something I think will be a more consistent challenge rather than having to rely on it being a cakewalk for 90% of the time and then reasonably challenging on the latter half. And you better believe I'll be including you guys too. Once I have the challenge details ironed out, I'll be sure to let everyone know. And I want to give a big shout out to those that helped keep me company during my many live streams of this challenge, and is in part because of that camaraderie that I want to get back in the trenches with another challenge and share it with you all once more. So that wraps up my thoughts on the challenge. Basically, it ended up not being as difficult as I thought it would be, but if you're newer to Final Fantasy VII, I'd recommend maybe giving it a go. But enough from me, I'm going to let this footage play out, and I hope you enjoy it. Expect a full review of Final Fantasy VII on Switch in the near future. Also, let us know what you think about Final Fantasy VII and challenge runs in general in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more SwitchRPG content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.